He left and then returned to the crime scene to open fire once again. Police say video from the neighborhood led them to the alleged killer, 18-year-old Orlando Perez, now held without bond. Investigators say Perez had gone home with the victim, 37-year-old Selena Reyes Hernandez, shortly after meeting her on the morning of May 31st. And in her basement apartment in Marquette Park, Perez learned Reyes Hernandez was transgender.
The offender became very upset. He left the residence. He became more upset, and that's when he came back to the residence, and then he brutally murdered the victim in this case.
Prosecutors say Perez returned to the apartment a third time, again opening fire on the victim's lifeless body. Investigators able to track his alleged movements after gathering more than 24 videos. And police say this image on the victim's phone showed Perez in the residence. At his home were the apparent clothes he had been wearing, and a gun, authorities say, with the same type of bullets used in the shooting. After shooting the victim multiple times, he left and then returned to the crime scene to open fire once again. Police say video from the neighborhood led them to the alleged killer.
Wow, that's crazy. It's not even laughable. It's just the thought of that. But I always stated it so many times that especially with these transgenders people that goes around and trying to pretty much play games. Oh man, I always tell them that's a dangerous game you guys are playing. You gotta let the guy know from the jump if you transgender or not. Now I get the concept of I'm like, no, I'm gonna just act a certain way. I'm just act a woman. No, let the guy know, because if not, you have men now. Even though he's 18 years old, to me, if you're 18 years old, I consider you to be a man. They will come back and do bad things to you because you playing a dangerous game. Stop playing. Stop playing games with these men. Like, let them know more up front. And the funny thing is, there's also another group who also condone on transgenders that's doing that to other men. They say it's not right. Let the man know, because I think that's the only way it's going to be right. But then you also have Sydney Starr, who is a transgender. I remember one time he stated, he like, I'm not gonna let the guy know. I'm gonna let the guy know over the text. I'm like, no, let the guy know up front, because it could become a very dangerous thing. That's just my opinion. But as you can see, you look at the murder rate, it's starting to go up. That's just my take. Go ahead.
Even though this is a very very sad story, yes, this just should never happen. With the transgender community, a lot of people don't know. It's a very very small population of transgenders in the United States. And mostly they might be in big cities like here, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Miami, New York, so on and so on. And usually, there's some transgenders who, they be in these, in sex work, you know, because, there's sometimes, transgenders, they might not get hired at regular jobs or anything, or their family might kick them out because, they're transgender or anything. And usually, 6 times out of 10, 5 times out of 10, 6 times out of 10, or 7 out of 10. Usually some of these transgender they go into sex work and anything, which makes them unsafe. But the thing is about the transgenders, you like what Ronnie said, to me, you got if you're gonna deal with somebody, a man or a woman, make sure you tell them up front. Because if you don't tell these people up front and you tell them while you dating, or maybe after you kiss, or maybe after it all, and then you tell them and then they find out. And that's the thing. If you don't tell them at all and they find out, a lot of people they can't handle it. They can't handle it. And then they will go to extreme and they will do what this guy just did right there. And and to me, what that is, like I said, transgender, make sure if you let them know if you're dating somebody or you're doing sex work, any type of things, you got to let them know, because stuff like this, it shouldn't have happened that way. Like I said, we don't know the whole details of the story, and for what I know of, but how it's looking right now, make sure you tell these men what's up, especially these young men, because if you don't tell these men up front, they will go to extreme and they'll do what this man just did. That's my take.
I want to send prayers out to the person who lost his life. But then I also want to give a cautionary statement to people who are transgendered, who's out here trying to be accepted in the world and to fit in. Um, Live your life, but you have to be careful when you come out here in this dating scene playing this game. There's a term called crime of passion, where refers to a violent crime, especially in homicide, which a perpetrator commits an act against someone because of sudden strong impulse such as anger, jealousy, rather than as its premeditated crime. This person was so enraged, he left, came back, left again, came back, left again, and came back. I bet you if we did any history on him, he probably had never had any issue with the law or anything that just seemed like somebody who was enraged. So you have to be careful presenting yourself. A lot of people are just not with that. The whole world still don't accept this form of lifestyle, and you got to be able to understand that. You put yourself in risk and danger, forcing your lifestyle down our throat to accept it, where you say that, oh, I should be able to identify as this. You can, but you still got to be able to understand that there's a level threat of violence that is there. I'm giving you this cautionary advice. Please let people know what you truly are, because that man felt like if this comes out, his life is over.
Mm. And this is why it's so very important to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Not only that, it's also very important you go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. In the community tab, there's a KL Culture Radio t-shirt, the KL Culture Radio hat, the KL Culture Radio coffee mug, and also a place I came new. But thank you so much for supporting the platform. You guys don't understand, because we on our way to 1K subscribers. And with y'all guys said we was able to meet that goal. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. We over and out. Peace.
Peace, peace, peace.